What if I told you everything you were taught about life was designed to make you average at best? And you've been baited. Most motherfuckers ain't even living. So if that's the crowd, then why follow them? Average people don't even want to be average. The devil don't need to possess you, bro. He just needs you to scroll long enough. The devil's favorite tool. We were programmed, not educated. They say, hell is meeting the person you could have become. You attract other average people. Mid attracts mid. They say, if you hang around 3 goofies, you will become the 4th. What to do, YouTube? It's your boy TX Millie, back again with another video. Before we do get into it, be sure to follow me on all socials at TX Millie. I have been getting more active on my Instagram. I've been dropping stories, I've been dropping reels, and we've been growing pretty fast. So I appreciate the support. Today we're gonna be talking about how to avoid the mediocre life that everybody settles for. If 99% of the world is broke, addicted, depressed, or lost, why on earth would you follow them? Think about it. You wake up, you look around, and the people you're modeling your life after are stressed, sleep deprived, coping with distractions, and numbing themselves just to get through the week. And you think following them is gonna lead you to fulfillment? What if I told you everything you were taught about life was designed to make you average at best? All the little habits you picked up, staring at your phone first thing, smoking when life feels heavy, chasing weekend highs, those aren't harmless, they're hooks. And you've been baited. Even the way you think has been designed to keep you docile, comfortable, predictable. They told you to fit in. Don't question, play it safe, stay in your lane. But look around, debt is at an all-time high. Obesity, addiction, depression, phone use, it's all up. And yet that's considered normal, that's average. So what's the answer? Observe what the average person does and prohibit yourself from any action that may be deemed as average. That's the cheat code. That's how you separate yourself. Not by chasing extraordinary, but by simply refusing to be ordinary. So let's break it down. Section 1. What does average really look like? Average is not a label, it's a lifestyle. It's disguised as normal, but really it's a slow ride. The average person wakes up late, checks their phone first thing, and starts the day already in reactive mode. They hate their job, but they treat that hatred like a meme instead of a wake-up call. They drink and smoke, not to celebrate, but to escape. They seek dopamine like crackheads, cheap validation from likes, swipes, and temporary highs. Let me say this bluntly. Most motherfuckers ain't even living. They're just recycling yesterday's regrets with today's distractions. Average people don't even want to be average, but they've accepted it as fate. And that's the real tragedy. And stats prove it too. Average screen time is over 7 hours a day. The average American has less than $1,000 in savings. And porn viewership is highest among men who feel directionless. This is the standard. This is the baseline. So if that's the crowd, then why follow them? Here, let me paint the picture, right? The average person. You wake up late, check Instagram, 47 minutes gone. You skip breakfast, get to work late, scroll during lunch, numb out, hate the job but you don't plan to exit, go home, smoke or drink to relax, binge Netflix, maybe scroll TikTok another 2 hours, feel bad about the day, and then repeat tomorrow. Sound familiar? Now multiply that routine, 365, and then multiply that by 10 years. Now ask yourself, do you still want to fit in? Section 2, we're going to talk about the drifter, right? Napoleon Hill's Outwitting the Devil breaks this down perfectly. A drifter is defined as a person who has no definite purpose. They're led by fear, controlled by distraction, and worst of all, they don't even know it. They follow routines without meaning, opinions without thinking, and vices without questioning. Most people ain't alive. They're just a bundle of habits dressed like a person. The devil don't need to possess you, bro. He just needs you to scroll long enough. Why do people become drifters? Well, for one, fear of judgment. They think if I try and I fail, they'll laugh. So they stay silent, they stay small. They'd rather be liked by losers than criticized for trying. Number 2, comfort becomes a cage. Good enough becomes the enemy of greatness. Why suffer? Why strive? Comfort tricks you into thinking you're happy when really you're just numb. Number 3, society and school mold you. From age 5, we're taught don't question, memorize, obey, be quiet. We were programmed, not educated. The school system doesn't teach purpose, it teaches compliance. That's why they reward obedience and not originality. Now to the 4th reason people become drifters, dopamine and distraction. TikTok, porn, Netflix, vapes, the devil's favorite tools. Yeah, I gotta stop. When was the last time you sat in silence without needing to scroll, sip, or smoke? Drifters can't stand silence because silence forces you to meet the real you. And the most terrifying of all, drifters have an invisible contract with average. You sign it each time you say, I'll do it later, or at least I have a job, or I'll start Monday. And without realizing it, you've become a ghost of your own potential. Now we're gonna cover section 3 and talk about the cost of being average. The cost ain't immediate. It creeps up, often through the form of regret. They say, hell is meeting the person you could have become. You feel it when you stay in a relationship that dims your light, or when you sabotage healthy connections that were meant to elevate you. You feel it when you silence your voice in rooms that you should have commanded. And lastly, you feel it when you look back and say, what if? Mediocrity kills the mind. Average says, why grow? Average avoids books, deep thoughts, hard conversations. You stop thinking and you don't even notice. You attract other average people. Mid attracts mid. Now you're in an echo chamber where no one dares to dream. And here's the gut punch. Depression isn't laziness, it's misalignment. You're not lazy, you're unfulfilled. You're stuck in a life that doesn't match your spirit. You cope with vices, you numb the pain. Porn, weed, booze, food, they're not just bad habits, they're painkillers. And society co-signs them. Everyone vapes, everyone drinks. Exactly, that's the problem. There was a time that I tried to hang out with a group of people that I thought I admired. I wanted to get closer with them, but they were into everything I was trying to leave. Smoking, drinking, gaming, stuff I knew would derail my growth. And guess what? The more I stayed around them, the more I could feel my spark dying. Like I could literally feel it dying. They say, if you hang around 3 goofies, you will become the 4th. Iron sharpens iron. So get yourself around people that are actually moving forward, because average ain't just a standard, it's a coffin. Now we're gonna move on to section 4, how to spot average in disguise. Average wears a mask. It's that everyone does it mindset, excusing vices as self-care, settling, and calling it being realistic. It's delaying goals until life slows down, and it's using sarcasm to cover up insecurities. The average lifestyle is an infection that spreads through comfort, fear, and compromise. It creeps through casual laziness and unchecked habits, in conversations where no one holds each other accountable. If you're the sharpest mind in your circle is your ceiling. You don't need friends who enable your mediocrity. You need people who make you question it. Next, we're gonna move on to section 5, the antidote. How do you break out of mediocrity? Do the opposite. Wake up early with intention. Train your body and sharpen your mind. Do uncomfortable things often and audit your circle hard. Kill your vices before they kill your vision. You don't rise above average by simply thinking different. You rise by doing what they refuse to. And the fact is that most won't. They'll laugh, they'll doubt you, but soon they'll ask you how you did it. Read 1 book a week. Cut all vices for 90 days. Create instead of consume. That alone puts you in the 1%. And of course, it ain't easy, it's lonely. People won't get you. You'll doubt yourself, you'll fight yourself. But you'll gain clarity, confidence, inner power, and vision. Right? There was a time where I isolated myself completely. No parties, no distractions, just focus. And I watched things in my life elevate. And yeah, there were some people who laughed at my grind, but there were others who asked for advice. Because when you stop being average, you stop being ignored. Be ready to be misunderstood, but also be ready to grow faster than you ever thought possible. So here's your test. Observe the people around you, how they talk, how they think, how they kill time. Then do the opposite, because the most dangerous place to be in life is on the same path as everyone else. Observe what the average person does and prohibit yourself from doing anything that may be deemed as average. If you're about that anti-mediocre life, then drop a comment down below. Like, subscribe, and share this with someone who's drowning in mediocrity and needs a slap from reality. You were never meant to be average. You were born to be rare and resilient. So act like it, all right? Later.